Smackdown needs a couple of changes. They need to change the show around because if they don't change the show around, it's gonna be a lot of problems for this company. And I don't think Triple H or Lee Fitting even care to make it a fucking story for the show to make things make sense. You have a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match on SmackDown. Excuse me. But you can't put it on Survivor Series. Well, the tradition is War Games, bro. Today is all War Games. It's War Games from now. If you don't like it, then you can fuck off. Well, go fuck yourself too, nigga. Because nobody gives a fuck about War Games, nigga. That was WCW. That was WCW. Triple H took that damn idea, or Vince did, or whatever the fuck. But who cares, right? They can still do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. Fine. 2019 was fine, but you just had to keep continuing it. In 22, even after Vince left, we had the champion versus champion matches. I just realized that. He wouldn't continue the War Games, but Triple H did. It's like, dude, I'm sick of the War Games. Nobody wants to see War Games, you know? And like I said, you could have Team SmackDown versus Team Raw. You could have Team Raw consist of the WWE, the World Champion, CM Punk. World Champion CM Punk, the Usos, Roman Reigns. You could have Sheamus in it, or you could put in Penta instead of Roman. So Roman could go on and face Cody for that fucking title. So Cody could defend his championship. And Team SmackDown, we could have Sami Zayn. I don't care. You can have Solo Force to team with him or something. I don't even care. Make that a story between those two. But at the same time, like, come on, bro. Things gotta make sense. Pick your damn roster. Come up with a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match. Why do we have to do it on SmackDown? Excuse me. On SmackDown. That's a big problem. And we have mid-carders and jobbers main eventing the show. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, what's wrong with Sami Zayn? He's going to win the world title. And so Sikoa is going to be in a pincher suit. So Sikoa's not going to be a world champion. Okay? So Sikoa will never be a world champion. Maybe one of these days, Triple H might put it on him because Solo Sikoa is just fat. He needs to hit that gym. You feel me? So you might just put the title in. So you might be right. But that doesn't mean you have to have these jobbers main event the show. Have them earn their spots. Have them win matches. Have them have match streaks so they could be a main eventer, okay? So they can earn that shot. Sami Zayn has done nothing to earn a world title. Because he tag team with the fucking bloodline and he turn on Roman? That don't make any sense. That's being forced, dude. You're forcing this guy to do that shit. He doesn't even deserve it. Now, people are going to sit up here and talk about, yo, you're just hating, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, you don't know what wrestling is. You don't know what that shit is. Because if Cody Rhodes is going to be WWE champion, Mr. QBT is going to be champion, why the fuck he ain't on these shows? Why isn't he wrestling in the main event? We have to have jobbers main event the show and act like they're carrying the show. And it's sad because these two, Sami Zayn and Solo, are pretty much running the show by themselves. Why don't they be in the world title picture? You know what I'm saying? That's a big problem. Like, the War Games is getting on my nerves. We have to put in 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination matches on SmackDown. And like I said, you could have just did Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Literally. It's not that hard, bro. You got Raw come and beat up SmackDown. You feel me? You can have Raw come over to SmackDown and then fade them. Or SmackDown go to Raw. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the shit from 2017? 2005. Those years were lit. Those were one of my favorite years from Survivor Series. 2005 and 2017. Dude, like, come on, man. That's how you build Raw versus SmackDown. What happened to that? Oh, let me guess. The brand split's over with now. Well, shit. If the brand split's over with, you could at least get rid of War Games. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. The world champions are main eventing the show without the title being defended once again. Fuck out of here, bro. Now, you have wrestlers coming back and continuing shit and continuing where he left off. Like Chelsea Green. She shows up after 3 weeks of not appearing on the show. I don't know what Chelsea was doing. If she had a busy schedule, if she had something coming up. But at least you could do is not give the championship to her. Or, I have a solution. Stop making titles that are not going to be used. That are not worth it. Because that U.S. title, it's not worth it. Chelsea Green's a good character. And you're putting this championship on her. And we're worrying, like, what's happening? What's going on with the title? Are we getting U.S. title matches Survivor Series? You could at least made Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green in a champion versus champion match. You feel me? You could at least do that. I don't know what to say here, man, because that could at least be a better card. See, my card for Survivor Series, I would have did CM Punk versus Braun Breaker for the world title. Cody Rhodes and his team of SmackDown versus Team Raw. Straight up. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, Cody Rhodes won't defend the title, but at least we'll have the title defended. CM Punk defending his title. You feel me? At least have the QBT1 lead his team. You feel me? Put in Jay Cargill versus B-Fab. Because I thought B-Fab was going to have a feud with Jay Cargill. You feel me? We got John Cena versus Dominic. Cool. Great. We got the women's match. You could have just made that Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Said we got to do a War Games. You feel me? And we could put in the MFTs versus Y6. We got another 3-on-3 Survivor Series elimination match. It could be 3-on-3. But dude, that's Survivor Series. That's the Survivor Series that I know. And that's how Survivor Series should be booked. But no, we have to deal with wrestlers coming back and continuing where they left off, and mid-carders main eventing the show, because main eventers don't want to main event the show. Well, let me guess. Now people are going to say, well, nowadays when you're world champion, you don't have to wrestle all like that. You get paid a certain amount of money to barely show up. Go fuck yourselves. You can't do that. How the fuck you going to run a show and run a company and barely show up? That's the big problem that nobody's saying, that nobody's talking about, because everybody's blinded by what Triple H is giving them. Everybody's blinded by what Triple H is getting them. That's like getting the same fast food, right? You're just getting it every day, right? Not understanding it's not good for you, right? It's not good for you. You'll get sick. You'll gain weight. You'll have, you know what I'm saying? We'll have all these issues. But eventually, people are realizing this is not good for them. I'm going to go over to eat a salad. You feel what I'm saying? And what we're doing is this. We want to see cool wrestling. Now some of us are going to AEW. We're going to JCW watching. I've been watching a lot of JCW. You guys should go check it out. I'm at my 3rd episode, so please, man, check it out. Let me know what you guys think about it. Because one thing about JCW, they have characters. They have characters. MFTs, everybody looks like fucking panda, monkey, koala bears, and crackheads. You feel me? That, to me, it's not a character. Sami Zayn come out there with a shirt. Telling to the people, I love you and I respect you. Kevin Owens with a fucking shirt. Fight Owens fight. Jey Uso with a shirt. Jimmy Uso with another damn shirt on, dude. Like, dude, can somebody at least look like a clown? Can somebody look like a fucking elephant or something? Have characters on the show. And you wonder why nobody watched this, because it's the same shit. You feel me? Get out of here, bro. And with wrestling, it's like a fucking TV show, bro. It's entertainment. I know some people don't want to entertain and go, oh, I want to entertain, I educate people. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Because sometimes you might want to switch it up. You feel me? The problem is this, right? WWE does not know what they're doing with their main eventers. Everybody looks like the same. And you wonder why Sami Zayn and Sol Sikoa would not be fucking treated seriously. You feel me? I don't care what nobody say. And I don't know how to... Let me say it like this, right? This show, wrestling, is just a bunch of fucking GTA characters. A bunch of fucking Fortnite. It's a Fortnite show. It's a Fortnite show. I don't know how to say this shit. It's the same shit. You're picking a character, you're just putting different clothes on him. Instead, it's another black dude, and it's a Mexican dude, or it's a Samoan, and it's a white dude. But they're wearing the same shit. You feel me? And that's why wrestling sucks. And I'm sick and tired of main eventers not showing up, main eventing these shows, because Triple H made it happen and doesn't know shit about booking. And the problem is, we're pushing 40-year-olds. And for my next video after Survivor Series, we're going to talk about these 40-year-olds. Because I'm sick of 40-year-olds and people like 38 and 39, 35 getting pushed. You feel me? We're going to speak on that situation. Because this needs to be situated right away. I'll be damned if Sami Zayn wins his first title next year at WrestleMania. Dude, 41 or 42 years old, winning your first world title. Now, I understand, some people don't get that. Well, Ric Flair won the title at 40 years old. What are you talking about, bro? He was WCW champion in his fucking 30s. What are you talking about? In his 30s, and I think he was up to 30, right? But back then, the thing is this, right? Just WWE needs to stop focusing on 40-year-olds. That's the big issue right here. So, being tuned for my next video, and with Smackdown, we need to switch some things up. Real talk. Main eventers need to start main eventing the show. And if you're gonna put the champion on somebody, stop putting a champion on somebody if they're not going to show up. Don't make the championship if it's not worth it. Don't make the championship if it's not going to mean anything to the company. Because basically the US title doesn't mean shit. Real talk. SmackDown needs to make some changes right away. Or this show is gonna get removed off the USA.